How y'all doing? It's Judge Lynn. I got a couple of good questions for you. But before I do that, I'm going to do another mad flex. And this time it ain't got nothing to do with food. I imported some fun. I imported this dude over here. He is my first cousin, and he's a lot of fun, and he lives in Chicago. So I flew him out here so he can get warm and I can get some company. So I hold my finger out there too long. I'm sorry about that. But we were little people together, and we've known each other forever. And he knows me, and he's a lot of fun. So I imported some fun. So, apparently Decker is not enjoying the conversation and is seeking leave to leave. You may go, sir. Do you want to go? I'm not running anything around here. I just work here. Oops. So anyway, I imported some fun, and I'm proud of myself. I guess that's my victory lap today. It's just fun with him. I think I want to go bowling. I don't know. Last time I bowled a 16. Actually bowled a 16. I would clip a pin every once in a while as it was making its way to the gutter. But anyway, before I go forward, I have a couple of questions that I answer. One I'm going to get all agitated with. Not agitated, but I'm going to get poppy with it because I want her to get poppy with it. But before we do that, Carlise Burke wrote me, Judge Lynn, I am in the process of writing a book and I'm going to use me as my pace car. My intention is to get a traditional book deal, so I will send out as many query letters with my book proposal as I need to. I like your idea. For every no, I sent out 5 more. Thank you for transparency and wisdom. Now, first of all, congratulations on writing a book. I can't seem to finish the last. I have like 5 incompleted books floating around on different computers. So congratulations on finishing a book, but I'm going to tell you not to do that. And I'll tell you why. I'm not going to tell you not to do that. It's none of my business. But I am going to tell you the downside. I published my book back in 2001. Things were very, very different. And the landscape was very, very different. I would never go with a traditional publisher now because they get 90% and you get 10%. Now, with a traditional publisher, it used to be, or at least it used to be that way. So you issue check, but the publisher gets a big chunk of money, and it's hard to find a publisher who's really going to back your book and push it and do it out. Now, personally, the last book that I wrote and finished, which was Dear Sonali, I self-published, so I made more money off of it, and I didn't have to beg anybody to do it. I just did it. So, but then there's self-publishing, there's hybrid publishing where the publisher does, you pay them X number of dollars, they do this amount of promotion. There's some of them are legit, some of them are not. But if you read about them, there are so many varieties of ways that you can publish and make more money and have more control. So just because my method worked 26 years ago. There are new and better ways to get things done. So, but a traditional publisher is perfectly cool if that's what you want to do. But I just want you to do your research first because there are like a million different ways to publish now. And some of them are easier than sending out all those query letters and all of that. But good for you for writing your book. Now, I'm going to read parts of a letter from a woman who has asked me how to stop being angry. She got a lot of reasons to be angry. Let me say that for sure. She married a dude who I ain't even gonna say it all. Had an entire secondary life that she knew nothing of, a lot of wild, sexual stuff that she knew nothing of. He was doing things, that she didn't know anything about, and he was cruel. When she divorced him, he got rid of her insurance when she really, really needed it. The letter goes on and on and on. But the reason that I'm not going to go on and on and on about what is in the letter, because I don't want her to go on and on and on with her anger. And that's what she's asking me to do. She is asking me to help her not be angry about it anymore. First of all, I want to say you got every right to be mad as a hornet, but you don't want to be. So let me help you not be. Now, first of all, you're not scatterbrained. You've been through a great deal. And even though you've been through a great deal, you wrote a very cogent, tight, and pithy letter. Cogent, that's one word for the day, and pithy, another word for the day. Cogent means thoughtful, and it made sense, and pithy means it was to the point, even though it was long, but you had a lot to say, because a lot went on. Now, the first thing I would do, I wrote these things down so I wouldn't forget them. You said you wake up, most days you're fine, but some days you wake up angry. Now, on the days that you wake up angry, you get angry at the angry. Say, no, not today. Now, when I wake up angry like that, which I have done, not for the reasons that you have, but just sometimes I'm a moody chick and I do that. What I like to do is, my problem is dopamine. I need more dopamine. So I get on the treadmill and I put on my earphones. That might be cleaning and earphones for you. It might be going outside and take a brisk walk. It might be doing push-ups. It might be doing any variety of things, but anything that is going to get your body going and get your endorphins moving. And if you can't do that on your own, join a class where you have to go to exercise every morning or something like that, because dopamine is an immediate, ooh, it ain't so bad, okay? So address the early morning anger and figure out something that's going to raise your dopamine levels, and go look it up on the computer. But music does it, physical activity does it, conversations with people that you love and you care for does it. So maybe you have I'm an angry in the morning girlfriend who can make you in a good mood. Enlist her assistance. I used to, when Eric first, I had a girlfriend that I used to call that could make me laugh no matter what. And sometimes she would get a call at an odd hour during the day and she would make me laugh no matter what. So that's the first thing you do. Now, stop feeding the dog. Don't write about him ever again. Don't read about it. Don't look up. You hired a private investigator to see what he was doing. Or in the course of the marriage, I get it. But now, let's not think about that. That's not... He is off limits. It's all about feeding the right dog. Weeds that never get, dogs that don't get fed don't get any bigger. And if you think about him, if you still look up what he's done, if you consider that, get rid of all of that information. Unless you need it for some legal reasons, don't hang on to stuff that is hanging you up. And every time you get an idea to be feeding that wrong dog, that dog that wants to talk about what a jerk he was and how he tricked you, you have to feed it. Go find another dog to feed. You can go back up to number one and do any of those dopamine level things, or you can find somewhere to go with something to do. I know when I was like, I have been through the worst of anything in the world. My husband has died and nobody gets it and anywhere. So I went and I volunteered with refugees from other countries, and they will tell you stories. They told me stories that will curl your hair, or about where they've been. Someone said they had walked across the whole Congo or something like that, and we asked him, well, why did you stop there? He said, well, that was the first place I didn't hear gunfire. You know what I mean? So, and I'm not saying that your hurt is, this is somebody who's really hurting. What I'm saying is, when you go and help people like that, you start to feel more sunshiny about your situation. I know I did. I know I lost my man, but I sure wasn't running from no guns. I know I did. I lost my man, but not my family. You know what I'm kind of, so that's part of what I was doing, even though I didn't enjoy the work itself. But okay. Also, punishment and reward systems works for me too. If I start considering things that I shouldn't be considering, I get in trouble, and then I have to go like wash windows or clean something. Punishment reward system for how much you talk to another. Like, if I ain't thought about that dude, and let me go get some Oreo double stuff. Oh, better yet, Krispy Kreme. Do you know they got Krispy Kremes now sometimes in different grocery stores? Again, yeah, they're not warm and all that kind of stuff, but still. Fill your life with fun things that you can get immersed in. I picked up doll housing when my husband died because it was something that would make me concentrate and think and get your mind busy on something that interests you. Then he would be less able to intrude, and the less he intrudes, the further he recedes, and the further he recedes, the better you feel. So fill your life, be busy, and be busy with things that require that kind of attention. You know what I mean? Help people less first and volunteer. I said that already. Depending on your emotionality. Now, I remember depending on your emotionality, I don't know. This is a really weird thing. When my husband first died, I used to watch Hoarders all the time because I was afraid that I found that a lot of women became hoarders when their husband died, and so I used to watch Hoarders to keep me cleaning because I'm not a tidy person, and I was afraid that in his absence I might descend into some kind of disorder that I would not be able to undo. And there are plenty of movies out there about women who've gotten taken, for hundreds of thousands of dollars from dudes and betrayed and all that kind of stuff. Now, to me, that would make me feel better about, yeah, well, I didn't go that bad. But to others, it might be the worst thing that you can do because it'll be feeding that men are horrible or I've been taken advantage of, here's another woman. So that's a really sketchy one. But I don't know if you're like me or not. And so due to that. Also, do you have a friend that can give you a little business? You know what I mean? I got friends that can give me the business. I've got FU qualified companions. If you're FU qualified, you can cuss me out, tell me I'm doing the wrong thing. And you might, if you have somebody that has FU qualifications in your life, and you don't have to use the FU part there, holla at, take no prisoners things, tell them what they're doing, and give them permission to pull you up out of the depths of deprivation and distress and despair, if that is in fact what you need to do. So I hope that was of some help. And to anybody who's trying to not live in the miasma of a jacked up situation, there are a lot of things. There's no one thing that's gonna just make it all go away, but you can just chip till that thing gets smaller. Then you get bigger. Get out there and act like you got some sense. If you have a question for me, there is down there, it says Linktree. Click on Linktree and it'll go to Ask Judge Lynn. If you want to join Dear Sonali, join Dear Sonali, subscribe, notify. But more importantly than all of that, please get out and act like you got some sense. Nobody seems to be volunteering for the Common Sense Committee. We need more people on it. Join us.